Day is done. Stardew Valley has been played for a single in-game day. And I've got nothing else going on for the rest of today's Wednesday. The rest of Wednesday today. And honestly, this is probably it's probably the first time in a long time that I'm streaming for 2 times in a single week. It takes me way back to, like, I think it was sometime November in 2022, sometime around when Strike vs. Heroes Remastered came out, is when I was doing these back-to-back streams. Not as easy to keep up with nowadays, but still fun to do them at least once a week. But anyways, I have some good news and bad news. Actually, not that much good news. The bad news is that I have once again I have not really any plans for today. Hey Searchy, welcome in. Good to see you. You wouldn't happen to have like any art ideas, would you? Because like I just said, I actually don't have any plans for this time around. This is my usual go-to for when I draw faces. When I draw normal, non-spider-like faces. Mario and Luigi, that is a good idea. Ah, crud. I only wish that I had a more developed art style to draw them in, I guess you could say. Why that was the first thing that comes to mind. It's a perfectly reasonable thing to think of as the first thought in your mind. To butcher this so horribly. I'm already butchering his mustache. I'm just drawing him like Kirby. Staying up late because I need to finish 2 assignments because the deadline is on the horizon. I hope I am not distracting you too much from that. But if you're using this as background noise in order to focus, then by all means. Hello, Star Butterfly. Good to see you again. And I'm gonna be completely honest, I do not have any plans for today. Other than drawing Mario in my sick, twisted art style, or lack of art style, I guess you could say. Usually what I do whenever I don't have an idea, though, is just draw something like a Shantae character. Which I remember doing a few times. Glad you like the Mario. In fact, let's just keep him there. He'll be there up in the corner like I had the Doritos play of the day. Sorry if I just blew out the mic for a second there. What's my usual process for making stuff? Mario trademark, copyright of Nintendo, please do not sue, and all that jazz. I saw the similarities of Kirby in there as well. The simple skeletal structure that I'm doing. It's a trick that I picked up in a $5 anime and manga drawing book that I actually still have right next to me. And it's, this procedure I feel like is a good starting point, but I would like to try something new eventually. Don't have an idea for drawing, you try to use a random drawing generated by AutoDraw. It's a free app you can get. That's not a bad idea, actually. The thing is, though, is that I haven't drawn much outside of humanoid forms, if I'm being completely honest. Unless you could ask it to just do stuff like that. You draw anything but humans, to be honest. It's exactly the opposite of what I've been drawing. It is something I'd like to do eventually, though. Drawing something just besides humans. With that being said, though, I think an idea is coming to mind. Definitely have to consider that. I'll have to write that name down as well, or just take a screenshot of it. Alright, but here's the idea for today. Shantae character. Which I guess is pretty much my just default choice at this point, whenever I don't have any ideas. How am I doing overall? Pretty alright, I'd say. Actually, all things considered, pretty good. Now that I'm actually thinking about recent events. At least over on my end, anyway. You can already tell that this stream in particular is going to be one of the quieter ones. One of the quieter, more chill ones, if you will. That is completely alright. question, I may have an answer. Do you feel about iPad kids? Do you mean like kids that are just... You mean like kids that are just handed an iPad whenever their parents don't want to deal with them? Like those kind of iPad kids, I guess? Or is iPad Kids the name of something? Something different from what I'm thinking of. I mean, there's only, you can only keep a kid entertained for so long, and just handing them an iPad and letting them go at it seems like just an endless solution to that, but you have to really consider, like, how it's going to affect their brain later on. Their brain and their attention span, most importantly. Even as a... Actually, I mean, technically I still was a kid when I was goofing around with the iPad that I was provided in, when I was still in grade school. There were moments that, yeah, I wish I could probably take back. Because I did goof around with that thing a lot. The iPad that I was provided in the college course that I took, I only used it for what I needed to use it for, and ever since that ended, I was able to actually keep the iPad, and I have never used it since. I have it, it's sitting right here, but honestly, I just use my phone for everything. And again, I've still been thinking about maybe getting a Clip Studio Paint for this iPad, but that would require both an Apple Watch or not an Apple Watch, an Apple Pen, or some kind of apparatus that's compatible with it, and also an Apple account, both of which I'm not so sure about doing. But back to the original question: if you're gonna hand your kid an iPad, make sure it's only for a certain amount of time. Because I mean, as much as we hate parental restrictions, growing up, you begin to realize, yeah, those restrictions are in place for a reason. Not because they don't want you to have fun, but because they don't want your brain to turn to rot. There's a reason why brain rot has become such a popularized term. I am horribly sorry to hear that both you have been breaking them, and also that you you actually use Apple products and rely on them normally, outside of like a workspace. Because once you have like one thing that's Apple related, like everything, almost everything in the rest of your house needs to be an Apple thing. Especially with the whole charging port fiasco that thankfully I hear they recently caved in on. Now they're not, now more recent models aren't using their own custom charging port. Now they're using USB-C like normal people, and people are making fun of them for it, which is kind of amazing. It used to be funny, but when I see people using it seriously, I get annoyed. And it's understandable. Using it, like, ironically, just for an occasional laugh. I mean, yeah, that's always well and good. But then you see, the fact that there's gonna be like a movie based on it sometime later in the future, and then it's just, yeah, they're making this for a paycheck and nothing else, or because they really have nothing better to do, which is kind of sad. Yeah, it's unfortunately getting more and more difficult for younger minds to determine what's actually made by a human and what's just been made by an algorithmic machine. Which isn't really as much of a problem unless you're using, only really if you're using YouTube Premium, which just sucks. It sucks that you have to pay to get rid of the ads, or just use whatever ad blocker actually works on your browser in order to get away from all the horribleness. Art always requires the most extreme focus. Can't take this drunk seriously with that face. And of course, there's still just Mario watching from a distance. Still longing for his spaghetti. Personally believe that brain rot can be funny if done right. I mean, yeah, but like any other meme on the internet, it'll become funny for only so long. Unless you got a really, really talented comedian on your side. Also, welcome to everybody in who just started chatting. Good to see you all here. Like I said at the start of this stream, I had not really any plan going in, but that has not stopped me before. And what I usually do without a plan is just draw whatever Shantae character comes to mind. This time we're just doing Roddy Tops again. But she's fun. I also wanted to mention, this is probably not going to be as long as a stream this time around. Mainly because I started just a little bit late. Generally, Brain Rot is just Gen Alpha's attempt at random humor, because you know, as they said in VeggieTales, in the future, entertainment will be randomly generated, and with the dawn of, you know, the AI apocalypse and all that, maybe not the AI apocalypse, more like just the AI takeover. Almost seems like that's right around the corner. Almost, though. Not entirely. next big meme could be literally anything at this point. Honestly, it's how it's been for quite some time now. I mean, just listen to the music we're listening to right now. Listen to the music that's playing right now. Oblivion itself is just one big old meme. Topic of brain rot. Now, to break the silence here... Oh, wow. That was fast. Break the silence, I will say. Probably going to be wrapping it up here very, very, very soon. I did say that this was going to be on the shorter side because we started a bit late. But before I wrap things up, Searchy did say Mario and Luigi earlier. So I, of course, must abide by the Luigi part. It's completely from memory once again. There we go. Perfect. Giving his bro the thumbs up. That would technically be the first time I've ever drawn Mario and Luigi. And also a Shantae character in the same canvas. I'm happy with that though. I'll probably continue just for fun. Just for fun, when I get back to this piece, I might as well just color and line and do all the shading for these two as well, because I think that'd be funny. But I'm pretty happy with wrapping things up there for the time being. So until next Wednesday, or until I figure out what other game to play. I still want to do that, as I mentioned in the description of this stream. I did mention I still want to figure out that XCOM 2 mod list. With just everybody, everywhere, all at once, in the character pool. But that's going to be a story for another day. I'll help people understand that when that actually happens. Don't know when that's going to be, but... maybe sometime next month. Maybe earlier this... Actually, no, there's only like 2 days left in this month. So it might happen next month, who knows. But until next time, I'm going to be wrapping things up here. There's the ending button. And until next time, I will see everybody later. Have a very good one.